If you only get one exercise device to support your health, it should be a pedometer. Attach it to your waistband every day and keep track of how much you're walking. If you're like the average American, you will walk between 2,000 and 3,000 steps a day. This is connected back to the fact that we all sit too darn much. To promote your health through daily movement, you should aim for 10,000 steps a day. Large-scale research studies show that middle-aged adults who accumulate more than 10,000 steps per day have a more favorable body composition and a lower risk of cardiovascular disease. So this is a place where an old-fashioned lifestyle may pay off. A study of Amish men and women found that the average Amish man takes more than 18,000 steps per day. The average Amish woman takes more than 14,000 steps per day. They don't have gym memberships, they don't use free weights, they don't plan exercise programs, but they are active. Amish men perform 65 hours of activity a week. Amish women perform 48 hours of activity a week. So when you make some comparisons among Americans, 69% are overweight, 36% are obese. When you look at the Amish, though, only 26% are overweight and only 4% obese, in spite of the fact that a traditional Amish diet is very high calorie and has a high fat content. So it bears repeating, a little goes a long way, especially if you combine a little bit of exercise with a focused effort to sit less and move more. Shoot for 30 minutes a day of actual exercise, and remember that 3 10-minute blocks are fine, and then make a conscious decision to stand more than you sit and walk whenever you can. So think about how to make deliberate decisions. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park at the back of the parking lot. Pace while you're on the telephone instead of just sitting there. Engage in the kinds of activities of daily living that can actually promote physical fitness. Think of things like manual household work, chores in your yard, raking leaves, mowing with a lawnmower manually instead of riding it, sweeping, mopping, dusting. These all require bending and reaching and physical exertion. Let's set some context for a minute. We'll look through the amount of calories that an average 155-pound person would burn in a couple of different exercise scenarios, doing 30 minutes of activity each time. So a 155-pound person would burn on a 30-minute walk about 150 calories. Same 150 calories if they took a 30-minute gentle yoga class. Low-impact aerobics class, 30 minutes, 200 calories. Riding a stationary bike for 30 minutes, 250 calories. Running 5 miles per hour for 30 minutes on the treadmill, 300 calories. That same 155-pound person, during the non-active periods of the day, if they were sleeping 30 minutes, they'd burn 23 calories. If they were watching TV for 30 minutes, only 27 calories. Sitting and reading for 30 minutes, 42 calories. Standing in line for 30 minutes, 47 calories. So you'll notice, if you're reading, which requires mental energy, or standing, which requires some physical effort, you'll burn twice as many calories as sleeping or sitting and watching TV. You can also get a nice calorie burn by making choices about the rest of your day, by choosing to do activities in your home and leisure time that burn calories and promote fitness. So let's take a look at a few more examples of how many calories that same 155-pound person would burn in 30 minutes of activities around the house. For instance, if you go out to the yard, do some yard work, for 30 minutes raking the lawn, 149 calories. General gardening, 167 calories. Weeding the garden, 172 calories. Digging and spading in the garden, 186 calories. Chopping wood, 223. Shoveling snow, 223. More things that you could do around your house. Actually cooking, 93 calories. Working on your car, 112. Grocery shopping when you're pushing a cart, 130 calories. Washing windows, 167. 30 minutes of washing windows, and you've done more than if you went for a half-hour walk or took a half-hour yoga class. Painting the house, 186 calories. Moving furniture, 223 calories. And what about your leisure time? How could you use that time instead of just watching TV for 30 minutes? Maybe you go out and play pool or billiards. In 30 minutes, you're going to burn 93 calories. You could go bowling, play frisbee, 112 calories in 30 minutes. Playing archery, 130 calories in 30 minutes. Golf, if you're using a cart, it's 130 calories for 30 minutes. But if you're carrying your own clubs, 205 calories. So if you carried your clubs over 2 hours on the back 9 holes, you'd burn over 800 calories. Anytime you get into is golf a sport or is golf not a sport debate, think about playing while carrying your own clubs, and it really becomes an active sport. You can even do some activities with your kids or spouse. If you coach at your kids' sports event and you're moving around with the kids, 149 calories in 30 minutes. Get a little more active, play hopscotch, jump rope, some sort of active game, 186 calories in 30 minutes. Or go out dancing with your spouse, 200 calories in 30 minutes. Go out for an hour, dance with your spouse. You've burned more calories than if you went for a 2-mile run.